cases?
Yes.
Okay.
Scenario 1, our current required rate of return for this type of security is 10.5.
Okay. What's the next one?
8.5.
I'll do this one for you. I'm so helpful in this regard, why not? And then I'm assuming 6.5 maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we know one thing for sure, this price is gonna be what? Less than $1,000, right, because the current market required rate of return is greater than the rate that this thing was issued to yield. When this bond was issued, the market rates of return must have been about what? 8.5%, right? Because remember, all bonds are sold and matured or brought back, almost all of them, and we'll say all in here, at $1,000. So if people will not buy my bond for $1,000, I have to raise the rate. So I ultimately raise the rate to the point where they will buy my bond, which means that that must have been the rate they required when this bond was issued. So when this bond was issued originally, the market required rate of return, K, at that point, was 8.5%. The minute this bond is issued, you understand K can go anywhere. I mean, for a variety of reasons, right? Some of it is macroeconomic, the Fed starts playing around. Some of it is microeconomic, they become General Motors. Okay, with a required rate of return in the mid-40s in a dropping interest rate market, right? I mean, that's how big a disaster GM was. What is the price of this? Anybody do these?
Can we do them on the board?
Oh, yeah, we can.
You all right up there?
Yeah. We ready? Yeah, my foot's still maybe pain in the ass. I walked all over the city of Pittsburgh yesterday, which probably wasn't the brightest thing.
Maybe not.
How long's this bond?
10 years.
There is the way you would do the 10.5%. Okay. You've got, you know, the present value of a series of annual dividends for 10 years, $85 dividends evaluated at 10.5%. So you figure out the present value of the annuity of interest payments, and then you figure out the present value of the $1,000 that I get back at the end of year 10, which of course is a one-shot amount of money. And I have no clue what this is. She's been drinking. I don't know that, I'm kidding. So I keep forgetting this is on tape. What do we got here? What are the Bengals doing?
They were winning 7-3.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yep.
All right. What do we get here? Give me some numbers. Your calculator's in the phone. Remember, we have to be out of here at 3. And Garcia takes a while.
I came up with a total of 705.
705?
Rounding.
Anybody else get that? That sounds a little loaded.
I got 880, 26.
88026. Anybody else get that? Or do we have a third answer? What other answers do we have? Anybody?
879.7.
879 point, okay, that's just rounding. Okay. So we'll stay with roughly $880. That sounds about right. Did you pluck in the last?
Who knows? I don't
Yeah.
think
Well, that's why I wanted to know. Did you do both these separately?
Yeah.
What'd you get for this one?
I got the 511.26.
Okay.
And that one I have 369.
Or thereabouts, okay? We all right here? That'll help anybody who is going to do these. Anybody get this? What do we know about this price?
More than 1,000.
More than 1,000, right? Because now people are willing to accept, 6.5% yield on a bond. This one has an 85% 65, in other words, if I go to the bond store today and I plunk down my $1,000, how much am I gonna get per year? 65, right, since the old bond here pays 85, hey, I pay more than 1,000 for it if, for my $1,000 at the new bond store, I can only get 65, you pay me 85, it's worth more than $1,000. So, how much more? Anybody? Louder?
143, that's,
1143.
1143.
Oh, there we go, okay.
Be 143.
Yeah, no, I asked how much more, that's true, 1143 and any change, or, it doesn't really matter, I'll be able to see the change we can do. Anybody else get anywhere near that? That sounds good, yeah. Okay, notice here that these are identical drops and increases, right, a 2 percentage point change from an 8.5% base. But notice on an up move, we go down $120, on a down move, we go up 143, that is not unusual, right? We talked about the convex nature of this relationship. Bond prices and required rates of return are not linear. Again, if you want to know more about that, and you can handle it, take 650. I got to stop overselling that class. I've done it again. I've got some people, not so much this semester, I think I told you a couple semesters ago, I had some people that just should not have taken that class. You know, you start passing out C's like candy in an elective, that's pretty bad. Speaking of candy, I expected at least one of you to bring some candy corn or something today.
Maybe your 650 class will bring.
I doubt it. You don't know these guys. If they bring anything, it'll be beer, which would be okay too. We okay here? Is that the extent of the question?
Yes, but there's